everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books I plan to read for the Booktube-A-Thon that starts on Monday. So if you're interested in knowing what books I would like to read and I'm hoping to get to, then go ahead and keep watching. I'm assuming that most of you know what Booktube-A-Thon is, but for those of you who may not, it's a week-long read-a-thon and reading event hosted by Ariel Bassett here on Booktube. I'll link her channel and all the Booktube information down below, but it's filled with lots of reading challenges and video challenges and many other things. Like I said, everything will be linked down below if you want to check it out. But this will be my first one, and I'm so excited to participate. But because I did just recently get a second job, my summer hours have become significantly less as far as free time. So I only have 4 books right now, and they meet most of the challenges as far as doubling and tripling up potentially, but I'm going to try and read as much as I can between the 21st and the 31st, I believe that it is. So I will let you know what books happen to fit in what categories, and the first book that I have fits into a few categories for me, and that is News of the World by Paulette Giles. This is the story about an older gentleman named Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, who was alive through 3 wars and fought in 2 of them, and he used to be a printer, and he was in the press until the war kind of made it so that he was unable to do that. And now he spends his life wandering around to different towns and all those things to read out loud to people and different audiences. And throughout his travels, he meets a little girl who needs to be taken somewhere else, and someone offers him a lot of money to do that, and it's about their relationship. And so this book is going to meet the challenges of, here, let me double check, read about a character that's very different than you. I'm not a 70-something older gentleman who was in multiple wars. That's very different from me. And then I think that's gotta be the only one for that one. So excited to read this one. I picked it up at Costco. I'd never heard of it before, and I think it'll be a fun read. I also do really like the cover, and it is a French flap book, which I really do enjoy. The next book that I plan on reading next week is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 2, The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. I, at the beginning of the month, read the first Percy Jackson and really enjoyed it, and my husband's been bugging me incessantly to keep up with him because he's already on to the 4th book. And I picked this book as a book to read in one day, and also a book to read completely outdoors, just because these types of books I can get through pretty quickly, and hopefully next week the weather will cooperate with me and I will be able to read it outside. I have not read what the back of this book is about. I just know that it's more Percy Jackson, and that's all I need to know, and I don't want to share any spoilers anyways, so that is the next book on my TBR. The next book I have mentioned on my channel before, but this meets my requirement of a book that you bought for the cover, and that is Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt. Like I mentioned before, this is the story about a girl named June who's really close to her uncle and only feels like she can be herself with him, and then he unexpectedly and mysteriously passes away, and she meets a friend of his, and I believe it's about their relationship and her dealing with grief and whatnot. I just absolutely love the cover of this book, and it's a bit of a bigger one, but I'm hoping that I can get through it in the week, and yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. It should be a good emotional read. And last but most certainly not least, this book is meeting several different of the reading challenges. Let's see, I have a read a book with a person on the cover, read a hype book, and that's all of them. Just kidding, just 2. But it might even end up being potentially read a book to finish in one day. And that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Person on the cover, obviously an insanely hyped book. The 3rd one just recently came out in May, so this is the first in the series, and it's about a girl who kind of ends up in the fairy world because she kills someone, I believe, and it's also a loose Beauty and the Beast retelling. I've mentioned this book several times, and I really need to get around to reading it, and I figured the Booktube-A-Thon was the perfect reason and excuse to get around to it. So, like I mentioned, those aren't 7 books. The last challenge that I didn't mention was read 7 books in a week. I will try, and I will keep you posted as far as my reading progress throughout the week. Maybe I'll actually attempt to do some reading vlogs, but like I said, my schedule has just gotten a little bit busier, but I'm so excited to do this, and hopefully I will get through those 4 books and meet the remaining 6 challenges. But thank you so much for watching. If you guys are participating or have done your own TBR video, please let me know and link it down below. I want to watch them. I'm so excited to interact with everyone and enjoy this experience with the rest of BookTube. So like I said, thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you liked this video, please like it, and if you loved it, please subscribe, and we'll see you in my next video. Happy reading!